If you're researching where to move in the North Metro Atlanta area, stop scrolling for just a second, because if Alpharetta is on your list, you're probably not just looking for a house, you're looking for a place that feels right for your day-to-day life. And that is what this video is really all about. What does it actually look like to live in Alpharetta? What do the neighborhoods feel like? What do the schools look like? What do places like Avalon and the Halcyon really offer? What does the commute really feel like? Those are questions that matter. Hey there, I'm Jackie Hart, a local real estate agent, and I help people relocate all over North Metro Atlanta. If you're still doing your research, my contact information is right here on the screen. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a DM, send me an email. I'm happy to walk you through what your options are and chat about what makes the most sense for you. I'm a real person. I will respond. In this video, we're going to break down what living in Alpharetta really looks like. We're going to talk about lifestyle. We're going to talk about schools. We're going to talk about commute. We're going to talk about the Avalon. We're going to talk about the Halcyon. And we'll talk about what people should know before making a move. So if Alpharetta is on your list, this is for you. And if you stay till the end, I'll share the biggest mistake I see people make when they move here. All right, let's get into it. Where is Alpharetta? Alpharetta is located North Fulton County, just 25 to 30 miles north of downtown Atlanta. Depending on where you're headed, it sits right along Georgia 400, which makes commuting into Atlanta, Buckhead, Sandy Springs, or even heading towards the city of Cumming or North Forsyth incredibly convenient. One of the biggest reasons people love Alpharetta is that it gives you that suburban feel without feeling disconnected from the city. You get beautiful neighborhoods, newer communities, incredible shopping, and a strong sense of community, but you're still close enough to major job hubs like Hartsfield-Jackson Airport and all the entertainment Atlanta offers. You're also right next to some of the most searched relocations in the North Metro Atlanta, like Milton or Roswell, Johns Creek, Cumming, and even Woodstock, depending on your lifestyle and budget. Let's start with the big question. What does living in Alpharetta actually feel like? The short answer is this. It feels polished. It feels very active. And in a lot of places, it feels very convenient. This is one of the biggest reasons people put Alpharetta high on their list. You're not just buying a home here. You're actually buying access to the lifestyle. You have shopping, you have restaurants, you have entertainment, you have the outdoor space, and you have neighborhoods that range from more established to more modern, depending on where you look. So if you're having things to do without driving all over Metro, Alpharetta gives you a lot of options. But here's the part that matters. Not every part of Alpharetta feels the same. Some areas feel more walkable, some feel more suburban, some feel busier. So when people say, I want Alpharetta, the real follow-up question is always, which part of Alpharetta? That is where the real decision starts. Now, let's stop for a second and talk about the Avalon, because the Avalon comes up a lot when people talk about Alpharetta, and for a good reason. The Avalon is not just a shopping center, it's a mixed-use community in Alpharetta that includes retail, dining, entertainment, office space, residences, and a hotel all in one place. It's an 86-acre development with more than 570,000 square feet of retail, a premium movie theater, a conference center, a hotel, office space, single-family residences, a luxury rental homes. So what does that mean in plain English? It means Avalon is a place where you can shop, eat, meet up with people, catch a movie, or just spend time without needing to drive all over town. That is a big part of why people like it. It feels easy, it feels convenient, and it feels like a place where a lot is already built into the experience. Avalon also markets itself as a connected, modern community that appeals to people who like having a lot of things close by. If you like the idea of being able to park once and do a bunch of things all in one stop, Avalon makes a lot of sense. If you like energy, convenience, and a place that feels active, Avalon is one of the biggest lifestyle anchors in Alpharetta. So why do people like Avalon so much? A few reasons. First, it's easy to use. You don't have to overthink it. You can go there and grab dinner or lunch, shop. You can walk around. You can go see a movie. You can grab coffee with a friend or some gelato. Second, it has a very strong everything in one place feel. That matters when you're settling into a new area and still trying to figure out where everything is. And third, it gives Alpharetta a more polished and lifestyle driven feel. That is a big reason why people are drawn to it. It makes the area feel more complete. It also helps explain why Alpharetta feels different from other North Metro suburbs. You're not just near amenities. In some cases, the amenities are part of the whole experience. And that is a big distinction. If you're comparing Alpharetta to other areas, Avalon is one of those reasons people feel like Alpharetta stands out. Now, let's stop and talk about Halcyon, because Halcyon gives a very different feel from Avalon, and people often like it for a different reason. Halcyon is a 135-acre mixed-use development at the edge of Alpharetta in Forsyth County, and it opened back in 2019. It includes shopping, dining, gathering spaces, access to the Big Creek Greenway Trail system. So what is it? In simple terms, it's another one of those places where people can go eat, shop, and spend some time, but the vibe is a little more relaxed and village-like than the Avalon. That is a big reason people like Halcyon. It feels more laid back, it feels more open, and it has a different pace. If Avalon feels a little more polished and high energy, Halcyon feels a little more casual and easygoing. That does not mean it's less useful. It just means it serves a different purpose. Some people like Halcyon because it gives them a place to meet up and have dinner, and because it connects to the Big Creek Greenway, it also appeals to people who like being outdoors or want a spot that feels more connected to walking and biking paths. So when people ask why Halcyon matters, the answer is simple. It adds another lifestyle option. And in a place like Alpharetta, that matters a lot. Now, let's bring this back to everyday life. A typical day in Alpharetta can feel pretty easy if you like convenience. You can go grab coffee, run errands, meet up for lunch, go to dinner, and still feel like you are close to everything that you need. That matters more than what people realize. A lot of people moving here want a place that feels organized and easy to live in. Not too crowded, not too far out, not too isolated. Alpharetta tends to hit that middle ground, for a lot of people. That is one reason why it stays so popular. And it gives you options, and options matter when you're settling into a new area. Another thing people notice is that Alpharetta is very lived in and very usable. You're not just looking at pretty homes online. You're dealing with what actual reality of where you will shop, eat, commute, and spend your time. That is why it's smart to think beyond the house itself, because a great house in the wrong location can still feel like the wrong move. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jackie Hart, a local real estate agent with Hart Realty Partners, and I help people relocate all over North Metro Atlanta. If you're still doing research, my contact information is right here on the screen. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a DM, email me, send me a smoke signal, whatever you need to do, get in contact with me. I'm a real person. I promise I'll respond, and we'll make relocating to Georgia a easier process. Now, on to the next. Now, let's talk about schools. A lot of people start their school research with greatschools.org and niche.com. Those are really good starting points, but they are not the final answer. Ratings can change, and school zones can shift depending on the exact address. So always verify directly before making any decisions. As of this video, Alpharetta High School is rated 10 out of 10 on greatschools.org and has an A+ rating on niche.com. That is one reason it comes up so often in relocation searches. As of this video, Alpharetta High School is also listed by niche.com as a highly rated public high school in that area. Another high school people often look at is Innovation Academy. It has a great schools listing and a strong academic profile on niche.com. And Chattahoochee High School is another school people may compare when looking at the broader Alpharetta area. The important thing is to remember this. You should never assume that a school rating tells you the whole story. You need to look at the exact home. You need to look at the exact zone. You need to compare what matters most to you. Some people care about academic reputation. Some people care about class size. Some people care about, the school environment. Some people care about proximity and some people care about all of it. That is why school research in Alpharetta is not just about picking the city, it's about narrowing down the address. And that is where a lot of people save themselves from making the wrong move. Now, let's talk about the commute, because even if you love a place, the wrong commute can wear you down fast. Alpharetta is popular with people who want easier access to Georgia 400 and major North Metro corridors. If you're heading towards Buckhead, Sandy Springs, or parts of Midtown, Alpharetta can be a practical option depending on where you are in the city. That is one reason it works so well for people who want the suburban living without feeling disconnected. It gives you access, it gives you flexibility, and in some cases, it gives you a little more predictability in your day. Now, that does not mean the commute is always easy. Atlanta traffic is still Atlanta traffic. But in general, Alpharetta is often chosen because people want a location that feels connected without being inside the city. That balance matters because a lot of people are not looking for the shortest possible commute. They're looking for a commute that feels manageable while still giving them the kind of home and lifestyle that they want. And that is a different thing. If you work from home, this becomes even more interesting because if you do not have to commute to work every day, then your priorities may shift towards lifestyle, neighborhood feel, and daily convenience. That is where Alpharetta really stands out for so many people. Now, let's talk neighborhoods because this is where people get more specific. Alpharetta has a mix of neighborhood styles, and that matters a lot when you are moving here. Some areas feel more established, some areas feel newer, some neighborhoods feel a little more private, some feel more active, some are close to shopping and restaurants, and some are tucked away and quieter. The variety is a part of the appeal, but it also means you should not judge Alpharetta based on one street or one subdivision. You need to look at the whole area as, whole, and then narrow down the exact pocket that matches your goals and the lifestyle you want to live. That is especially true if you care about how much driving you want to do every day, whether you want amenities or how close you want to be to the action. A lot of people fall in love with the idea of Alpharetta before they fully understand the differences from one area to another. That is why local research matters, because in real estate, location is not just the city. It's the street, it's the neighborhood, it's the exact homes around you. And in Alpharetta, that distinction matters a lot. If you are considering Alpharetta, here are a few things to compare before you move. You need to look at the commute, look at the exact school zones, look at how close you are to shopping and dining, look at the age of the home, look at whether the neighborhood has amenities, look at the HOA fees if there are any, and look at how you actually want to live your day-to-day life. Because one person may love being close to Avalon, another may want a quieter street farther out. One person may care most about schools, another may care most about convenience, another may care most about resale. There is no one right answer, and there's only one answer that fits your life. And that is why Alpharetta works for so many people and just not for others. It gives you a lot of choices, but choices only help when you know what matters most to you. Here is the biggest mistake I see people make in Alpharetta. They focus on the house first, not the lifestyle. They see the pretty kitchen, a nice backyard, a good online listing, and they assume that means the area is the right fit. But if the commute is wrong, inconvenient, then the location is just, it doesn't matter, or the daily rhythm does not match what you want, the house alone is just not enough. That is why researching the area matters so much more. You're not just buying a house, you're buying the way your life will feel after you move in. That is the real decision, and that is why Alpharetta can be such a strong option for people who want a mix of convenience and activity and a polished suburban feel. So what's it like living in Alpharetta? Well, it is convenient, it's active, it's polished, and for the right person, it can be one of the best places to live in the North Metro Atlanta area. But the key is making sure it fits your day-to-day life, not just what your idea of what the area looks like online. To wrap things up, I'm Jackie Hart, a local real estate agent with Hart Realty Partners, and I help people relocate all over North Metro Atlanta. My contact information is here on the screen, so make sure you give me a call, send me a text, or email me. I'm happy to walk you through your options and chat about what makes the most sense for you and your lifestyle. And guess what? I'm a real person. I'll respond, I promise. And make sure you keep watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to the channel because I will keep breaking down the areas people are asking about the most. And I'll see you in the next video.
Down, down.